The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. For the most intriguing wrestling stories and info on independent shows in multiple regions, nobody does it like We Talk Wrestling. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Pro wrestling on Tuesdays are a blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the entire crew every Tuesday at 7 p.m. as they bring their takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews with various indie stars, and news on the #1 fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Visit them at facebook.com/WrestleTalkPodcast and at WrestleTalkCast on YouTube and X.
All of us here show appreciation and love to our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation as well as protect and serve us every day. Thank you for all you do.
Tonight, we're back with episode number 227 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. In our last segment of this week's show, we'll make our predictions for both nights of WrestleMania 42, and we kick things off with our featured guest returning this time to discuss his newly released book, The Man Behind The Gimmick, Danny Ice.
Welcome to the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. The show starts in
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go!
Welcome to the show. Buckle up tight. Rough-cut Rick will be in the spotlight. Champ City Mouse is breaking it down. Best wrestlers podcast in this town. Blood and sweat in every word. Echoes of the ring haven't you heard? Wrestling tales, raw and true. Podcast alive, bringing it to you. Mr. GQ bringing the style. Austin Cage making the fans go wild. Cutting deep into the heart of the fight. Best wrestlers podcast, burning bright. Blood and sweat in every word. Echoes of the ring, haven't you heard? Wrestling tales, raw and true. Podcast alive, bringing it to you.
And good evening, everybody. We are here live once again, and with a new twist, we've got a lot more going on. That's right, we are here for episode number 227 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, and we are live, and we've got a lot of people filtering in. Make sure you're sharing our show, just like all of us do here on our panel, and just come join in, because we are going to have some good conversations to start off the night. And that is a guaranteed fact. I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here on the top left. Of course, to the top right, the Gem City Mouse, Zmiz. Right? Rounding out our trio here this evening is, of course, is GQ. Conspicuous by his absence tonight is the Dirty Heel Austin Cage, who is kind of a little bit underneath the weather today. So he's needing to do some bed rest. So he will try to be back joining us next week when we do our little recap of WrestleMania 42. And of course, we'll get into that a little bit later in the program, because we're going to be making our picks for WrestleMania 42 and kind of our predictions, and seeing maybe what kind of surprises we may have in store. But honestly, guys, it's actually been about 24 hours since we last saw each other, because we were all at IEW in Granite City last night. We all took a view of the show.
Don't remind me that I had to share a booth with GQ at my
You
show.
only had two matches. Okay? Come on now.
Actually, correction, I had one, because the second match, I just gave it over to you and Guido. I did have to scold you a couple times, but then I was able to go outside for a minute, relax, take a breather. After I had to defuse a situation that, thank gosh, that the IEW locker room came out and helped me to defuse, because Glenn Williams had to not ruin my segment. I can't say that. He amplified it because he was the star of the show. He made himself the star of the show. So he can't say he ruined it, because he definitely did bring the ratings to We Talk Wrestling Live with Justin Poole. But still,
No, he ruined it. Is what he did.
No, he didn't. They
talking smack. He ruined it.
They gotta stop making. I'm attempting to get something off the ground there at IEW, and they won't let me keep doing the show because wrestlers keep ruining the show all the time, and it's frustrating. Thank you, Justin Poole, for being there. He got his bell rock, though, with that plaque that he's been looking for so long out of the Ace Academy, the one that Glenn Williams got when he graduated, where Justin Poole did not. So.
Well, it's a nice piece of hardwood, and I guess with the soft head of Justin Poole, I guess he didn't really take too well because he didn't do too well in the main event. To be honest, that main event was just crazy. I have no idea what the hell went on. I didn't have my hands up in the air, just wondering like what the hell's going on. So
Poole's team won. I mean, I'm just saying.
Poole's team did win with Big Texan and Jesse five-star Jesse James, allowing 5-star now to pick his poison for what the main event in, I think, Highland is the next show for us, and they will pick the poison, and Jesse J and Jody Ultra will face off for the IEW Heavyweight Championship when we get more at that later date. But make sure you keep an eye out on IEW Facebook page, Illinois Elite Wrestling on Facebook. So get over there and make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe for them, but you can keep track of what's going on at Illinois Elite Wrestling.
Yes, but the management there at IEW were nothing but gracious and everything. They allowed me to come there to talk with your GM and as well, since the GM to GM in there, and to set up some stuff for the Frank Reed Memorial Show 2 next month in Granite City on May 23rd. And got a little bit of information here some of you all may like. We got one match already signed for it. The IEW Heavyweight Champion, Jody Ultra, will be defending his belt, but his opponent in June will also be having a match as well, though, too, Jesse J. Right? Correct? Right? Yep.
Yeah, continue.
And they'll both be having their own matches, but the IEW Heavyweight title will be on the line at the RCW show.
Wow.
Plus, the other thing as well, I am personally right now, because I want to see if they survive, 2 weeks before that at SICW Fan Fest with the Bruiser Brody Battle Royal, I would love to see Dysfunction try to come in and see if they could do the same stuff that they do. So I'm inviting Dysfunction, which you already got Jody Ultra, so might as well bring the other two yahoos with them, I
mean, there's technically 3 more, but stop being disrespectful.
Well, I wasn't being disrespectful. I only saw 2 others, Chris Exodus and,
You can't track
Espinosa.
Dysfunction. Dysfunction is changing the game in the Midwest, and you are just being straight up disrespectful right now. That's all I'm saying. There's 4 members.
They're sticking their nose where it doesn't belong everywhere they go in IEW and SICW.
IEW's been better
them
for
do it at RCW.
CW's soon to be better for it. SCW's been better for it. Every company they've touched have gotten better, but that's beside the point. We got a guy waiting in the wings.
Are you a member of them?
No, I just recognize greatness. Just like I'm going to recognize greatness when Ruby goes ahead and introduces why we're here tonight, because not just is he a good friend of Ruby, he's a good friend of yourself, and he's become a good friend of myself, and just one of the great veterans of this business, and we're going to talk about something that is very special to his heart. So Ruby, take it away, brother.
I will. And before I do that, I'll say, hey, JQ.
Hold my drink, bitch.
As I introduce my next guest that's coming on.
You better be playing the one song, too. I mean, come on now.
We'll get to more of that, Justin, later.
Yeah,
I agree with
that
Justin
later. So, as I stated here tonight, we do have a featured guest. It's actually a returning featured guest to talk about his story in the world of professional wrestling that he's had for over 25 years.
Oh.
And we're going to be talking about some inserts of the book and also just having some great wrestling conversation as we always do. So, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, let's bring in our featured guest of the night, the author of The Man Behind the Gimmick, none other than Danny Ice, everybody.
How are you doing this evening?
All right, Danny.
I
Hey,
don't
what's going
need
on,
your
man?
rocking
How you
chair.
doing?
Top of the evening to you.
Hey, that's a little bit too late for you to be drinking that, right? I mean, it's kind of past your bedtime as it is, so you were gracious enough to kind of join us.
You see, I had to get permission from the missus to stay up late, and she was nice enough to bring me a cup of coffee, so I'm good.
Hey, you know, to get out of a foot rub
Now
to join us any night is pretty cool, man. So
Yeah, but she still won't make me a sandwich.
She needs to get into the kitchen and make you a cheese sandwich, you know?
Hey, $2.
Man, how are you, Zmiz?
I'm doing good, my guy. I'm doing great, actually. I'm a little under weather myself. Had a sinus infection that went viral to a degree. Then we had IEW yesterday. My kids are the best teardown crew of a wrestling ring there ever existed. I do thank all the boys that did chip in and help too. But yeah, we had a good old time today, and I've been recouping. I've been recouping.
We had a crazy time ourselves last night. Over 300 people in attendance at Nonstop Wrestling Alliance in Paris, Tennessee. Double ring 5-year anniversary.
Woo, boy. Got some bumps on you last night, didn't you?
Man, I got wore out with them straps.
Yeah, it was just for all of you to fill in. He was involved in a 6-person tag where the fans brought the straps and Jared apparently knows.
Hey GQ, you like straps, don't you?
No, I don't. No. I'm just laughing at the comment in the chat where it says, Lindsay, please make Danny a sandwich.
I mean, she already
Who said that? Who said that?
Jared Bennett.
Thank you, Jared. Appreciate it. Listen, appreciate the book purchase last night as well as the T-shirt. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Hey, Freddie Jack Funkhauser's in here. Trinity's in here. I finally said hello to Trinity last night as I was making my way through the crowd. So yeah, but man,
Freddie
I'll tell you what,
the greatest ref in the Midwest.
I mean, belts and straps. I mean, I think GQ gets a little bit tense when the words belts and straps are said around Danny Ice. So
yes, and now I remember what she was meaning by that when she was saying it last night. So yeah, okay, now I know where we're. Thank you very much, there, Ruby. You know you.
Hey, you made a little profit. I mean, sure, it turned you black and blue, but at least you had a little bit of profit that night down in REW.
Everybody paid $1 to $2. Paid triple what you got, apparently.
Yeah.
3 digits and everything, and everybody paid $1 pretty much for it. It's like, good Lord.
I like when people give a $5 bill and ask for no change. I'm taking all of this, and that was pretty cool.
Getting every bit of it.
You may have made more, but I laughed more. So I think that's a good fair trade off. So
I'll buy that.
So anyway, guys, if you have another device and if you're watching this here tonight, if you notice we have another special QR code that's a little bit larger, it's near the top of the screen, that is going to take you to a link on Amazon.com, and that is going to be featuring The Man Behind the Gimmick. That is the new paperback novel that Danny Ice has written and has released, and that is available for purchase. So if you get any time tonight, make sure, or even if you can't, and you need to go back and watch it on YouTube and then scan with your phone, whatever you got to do, make sure you're checking out that QR code. Get over to Amazon.com, and it's a really good story. I'll tell you what. I mean, as far as the story that a veteran can tell about how he was brought up and everything he's gone through in over 25 years, I think that's a pretty nice deal of a price he's got for that book. So I would definitely. Oh yeah, I'm looking down at all. Trinity's on fire with these comments. So it's I just like seeing GQ nod.
So, I could have used $20 last night almost. You know, it's like now I'm not okay.
Hey, $20
like,
is $20.
What are you talking about? I don't have any.
We all know this.
Dude, I might throw in 10.
Oh, man. But we're going to go ahead and get started here because, like I said,
I'll throw 20.
Because I can forget the discount. I'll put it the 20. Why not?
2 for 1.
Oh, shoot.
40 licks for 20. There we go. Yeah.
40 licks for 20.
Yikes. Shoot. Yeah.
You usually got to pay for more. You got to pay more than that at some of the clubs we got directions to from the old man at the apartment building right behind the venue.
That's book 2.
Yeah, a lot of this was serious about experiences, but as far as like things that are out of the ring and off the road and have a lot of the travels and a lot of the hangout stories. That's what. Yeah, another 20. Total $50 total now. Wow. So you're
hold
gonna
on,
be
did we show Jared's comment again?
Yeah,
the second one. Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So every book purchase, Danny, she needs to make you a sandwich.
That's not even what that says.
It said every purchase of a book is a sandwich Lindsay has to make for Danny.
Oh, then I read it wrong. Never mind, GQ.
There you go. I know how to read.
Hey, get on the horn. He might have lunch for a month.
Jared actually took a poster board and he made a sign that he brought to one of the shows we were on. And it said, Lindsay Wild, make Danny a sandwich.
That's funny. That's funny.
Danny, we had so many comments about where women need to make a sandwich. I started so many battles. And
I see a shadow in there. She's going to slap you with a sandwich, that's for sure.
She needs to know her place to get back into the kitchen.
Trinity. Thanks, Trinity.
Yeah, I see before we get started, I see a little guitar that's sitting there against the door. Do you play?
Oh yeah, my Washburn. Yeah, my Washburn.
Yeah.
It's there for decorations.
No, my dad had one just like it that I learned from him on back when I was a kid growing up, and I saw one, and my wife knew I wanted it, and she wound up getting it for me as one just like the one that I first ever played. So.
We're getting some backlash here.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
See, it works for her because her man does make her a sandwich.
Yeah, but then Jennifer Justice's next comment was, Danny, make your own damn sandwich.
That's right,
Jennifer Justice on there.
I had to pick up my device, the camera, just to see the comments.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. Oh my gosh. Let's see what the hell we started.
Yeah, dude. The women are coming hot tonight.
Wow.
Way to go, you sexist pigs.
You chauvinist pigs.
Hey,
these sexist pigs were the ones that actually... Hold on. These were the sexist pigs that actually did a phone call to a McDonald's on our original show to ask them to see if they would make a cheese sandwich there.
That was great.
That was the Blog Talk days, wasn't it?
That was Blog Talk days, yeah.
It's true.
We had to call it McDonald's, and they actually, I don't know. I think they still would have made it. I think they still would have made it, but I forgot how they would have like charged it. Like double cheeseburger without the meat or something. I don't know what it was.
Right.
You did triple of that cheese on it, though. I mean,
but we were cold back then. I mean, we do all kinds of stuff on air.
Oh my god, that was fun.
And then, of course, Danny.
Yes.
Before we get into the book, hold on. I like that.
Yes.
When you're SWO, you're SWO for life.
Oh, dude.
But Danny, I mean, we even had
the
best
shirt.
One of our best shows we had was anytime Punisher was on there. You remember all the Punisher arguments and everything? Mm-hmm. And when he passed and we played that video, good Lord, it just we're still laughing again, and we heard it all. And it's how he's like ripping into them. It's like that's and we're going to talk about old school heat and everything like that. What you learn old school, that's the way to do it old school without having to be edgy, using cuss words and everything like that.
Right.
Man.
Yep. He sure is missed, that's for sure.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
He'd rip into him.
Hey, Amy's right though about Domino's sandwiches though. I actually had a Philly cheesesteak the other day.
All the time, bro.
Bro, that Philly cheesesteak is fire, man. They do it right, at least at mine too.
Dude, Trinity, time out. We gotta go back. Have you met like us three for one? Like, we're not small guys. Like, I love to cook.
I'm getting that way. I mean,
I love food. So yeah, sandwich talk's always a must. And if Danny's wife's making them all for us, I'm down. Like, it's one less I had to make.
Hey.
You know what, Jared? We need a tagline about the women need to make the sandwich on the back of it, and I'll buy that shirt too. So.
Yeah, it's an easy cadence: bread, cheese, bread, wrap. Bread, cheese, bread, wrap.
That's going to be my new T-shirt design. It's going to say, "Hey, Lindsay," on the front, and on the back, it's going to be "Make me a sandwich."
That's awesome. On hers, it says, "Bitch, please."
No, hers says, "Make your own effing sandwich." Like she said on TV, she dropped the F-bomb on television telling me to make my own effing sandwich.
Dude, I think we need an SWO shirt. I think
dude, I want an SWO shirt so bad.
Sandwich World Order.
No, your wife Z actually made a comment how it needs to be spelled. I agree with that. It needs to be sandwich.
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 Sandwich. There you go.
Oh, Matthew Pruitt just said, "Tell Lindsay to bake you a pie." It's like, oh no, I know how far not to take some stuff here.
I know a guy too.
Is Lindsay in the chat?
No, she's
no.
Not. No, she's not. She is not, bro.
Hey, before we get into like speaking about new things that are coming out, like before Danny, Terry Russell. I said that. Russell. God damn, Rush. Why do you have such a weird name?
That's a tongue twister. I can't do it either. So.
my boy Terry, dude. Rush did drop his new single, "Tell Me," over on Spotify and all platforms to get your music with Chris Khalifa. I think I said it right, man. Awesome stuff. Can't get it out of my head. He also made our t-shirts, so if you ever need t-shirts made, I know a local guy here in Quincy that is fire. Just saying. All right, now let's get back to sandwich talk.
Why wasn't that ever a show that we did? We had, Crazy Wild Side. We had, everything else. Why didn't we have sandwich talk? We could.
I can't even keep up with you guys in the chat.
Dude, the free-for-all shows, anything went there on the free-for-all show.
Yeah.
Oh,
you usually win a lot of that. That's how we did the phone calls, too.
Oh, my God. The free-for-alls are funny. Those are fun.
Matthew.
The mystery of like, when we needed a face for radio back in the day. So, I mean...
What's our live views right now? Because, good Lord, Z is having a hell of a time keeping up.
Yeah, these guys are just firing off.
Dude, we just like lit the wick of like like when the cherry bombs that you throw in the trash can. It's just like bah, 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 bah,
You know what? We need to start a new thing. At the end of our show, every time our guest leaves, they have to tell us their favorite sandwich.
Oh my gosh! Hey, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
All right, let's get it started. Get it started. Let's get into the questions as we continue to see all these.
And it's way past dinner time anyway. Y'all should not be hungry anyway. So I'm just saying.
I'm up for a cheese sandwich anytime.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, let's. Oh wow! Yeah, let's go ahead and get started here because we're not here to try and sell you on a sandwich. We're here to try to sell you on a book, which is The Man Behind the Gimmick, which is our author here, Danny Ice, had just released. And we're going to go ahead and get into discussion about what was put in the book. I'm going to start off here. And we're kind of going to, I guess, this is kind of like the second chapter I'm going to pretty much on here. But basically 1999 was the year you started, training to belong in the business as a professional wrestler, Danny.
Correct.
And in the description of the regimen that you had to go through was very vivid to imagine. At least, I mean, when I read it, like I said, because I've been there and I've seen things. I mean, I can picture in my mind, even possibly smells some of the scents you're describing here too. But what stands out in your mind the most? Trying to break into the business and to be accepted, and what kept you coming back after every time that you went into training?
Well, what sticks out for me, guys, is it plays over and over every day of my life ever since, was the stiffness of the ring that we trained in. It was an old boxing ring, and it was like concrete.
Oh yeah.
I mean that sticks out to me still from then, because we would bump so much until we started throwing up. We'd throw up in a bucket, we'd get back in the ring, and we'd train some more till we threw up again. No air conditioning, no heat in the buildings, and it's just the struggle and the want to come back, because you'd find out real quick if you belonged or if you wanted to be there.
Yeah, that's very true. I mean,
and you asked now, what was the second part? What kept me coming back?
Because you're describing in your book and how you felt and how what they were telling you and everything else. It's like you're sitting on the edge of the ring, kind of wondering, like, "Good Lord,
do I belong?" Yeah, and
what keeps you coming back? I mean, obviously you had a passion for something.
I did, and it stems from my mom and the conversations that she'd had with me throughout my life, telling me, always telling me I was smart, I was strong for two. And then the main thing that stuck with me my entire life is she always told me, you can be anything that you want to be, and with that, I'd wake up every morning, I'd wonder why I was doing it. Am I going to the training facility today? Am I going to go back? Am I going to keep pushing? Am I this? Am I that? That evening on the way home, am I going back tomorrow? This and that, this and that. But I would get up every morning, and something in me would make me get dressed, get in the car, and drive that 40-minute trip to the training facility, just because it was a desire within me. A fire was lit by my brother taking me to shows when I was young, growing up, and it never went away. And I wanted it. Like I said, my mom told me I could be anything I wanted to be, so I was going to be it. There wasn't room for failure. I was taught that we don't quit.
There you go. You go. Yeah. I mean,
and trust me, everything I've been through, I've had plenty of reasons throughout life to quit.
I imagine so. I mean, if desire is within and you want to try to find a way, I'm sure, you want to make sure you're keeping at it. So,
well, it comes down, like you were saying there in chapter 2, of the smell of the facility, of the gym, the smell of the ring, the leather, it did not smell good, the sweat, some facilities don't clean up like they should, and you're going in and you're cleaning the ring yourself before training just to make sure it's clean, so.
Yeah. I mean, that is part of, that's part of being part, getting your training in. I mean, hell, yes. I mean, Japanese dojos, are high on that as far as getting your, the ring clean and, respectable, treating it like it's the, you want to leave it clean for the next person.
Yep. Yep.
Just about as kind of fits in with the way you're coming in and out of the ring, kind of wiping your feet before you get in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's one of my pet peeves. I'll see someone not wipe their feet, and I almost want to jerk them out of the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get it too. I get that, brother. So,
But yeah, it's like I said though. It was the desire. My mom telling me, Ruby, that I could be anything that I wanted to be, and the mistake I made, maybe a mistake, is I believed her.
Yeah.
And I chased that. And that a professional wrestler is all I ever wanted to be.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely get you. But at least you got through it, and like I said, I'm sure it took you what? How many months did it take you to train? I'm trying to remember right offhand how long it took you.
Oh, it took before I had my first match. It took me about a year and a half.
Okay, year and a half. Yeah, that's quite a
And,
bit. That is
yeah,
quite a bit.
and that was I mean, I'd done some battle royals in between that time, this and that,
Oh
but
yeah,
it wasn't until I got with Yulstein Danny and them around 2004, 5 maybe, that I
yeah,
really started heavily getting into it, because when I was working with this other group down in Southern Illinois, they never gave the opportunity like Big Will did up there.
yeah. I get you.
And
So
that's where things started taking off, was about that time. But from
yeah,
'99 until then, it that was the real struggle.
yeah, but
So when you finally started getting your teeth cut in the ring and stuff, you started with under a mask actually as the Iceman. Give us a little backstory on the mask and why was it so short lived of a thing?
Well, actually, I started as the Pulaski assassin for Will right before the mask.
I think I got a picture of that somewhere.
And then I went and became the Iceman under the yellow and blue hood. The mask went bye. The reason why that was short lived was because I was wrestling Yulstein Danny one night, and whether it was on purpose, whether or not, I'll never tell. I'll kayfabe that till my death. We were working, and the mask slid off. His fingers got caught under it, and it popped, and it's flung out across the ring into the floor and into the front row, and there I was, exposed in the ring. So, without the mask, you couldn't just be the Iceman anymore. You had to have a name.
Oh, dude, that would because I'm a fan of luchadors in the first place, and my son and I were watching AAA before SICW came on, and I switched over. But to have your mask taken off as a luchador is such a demoralizing thing. By chance, because it was one of your first like real goes as a character. How did you really feel at that time losing the mask? What was going through your mind? I mean, I know it was like that, but like,
What went through my mind instantly first?
yeah,
Oh, shit. I dropped down, covered up my face, and he was on me. I worked up, and he said, "Now give it to me, kid." Like that. I feel it was on purpose, because he always talked about how he felt that the mask was holding me back. That gimmicks are short lived, that's all in the book. Gimmicks are short lived, and you can run a gimmick for so long, but that gimmick needs a personality. That gimmick needs a face to go with it to connect with the people. And he was always trying to get me out from under that mask, trying to get promoters to let that mask come off. And that night he wasn't taking no for an answer. And that honestly was one of the best things that happened to me was the night that mask came off.
That's awesome.
In hindsight.
Right.
Well, except for the one thing though, Danny. You couldn't like point to somebody else's car and all that when you're walking out from ticking off the crowd and everything and say, "Oh no, that you want Iceman? No, that's his car right over there." While you're getting your car, getting the hell out of town.
What, do we got time for that story real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Moondog Spike. Me, Moondog Spike. DuQuoin, Illinois. We're going at it, all right? And, I was under the hood at the time. He'd grab me in a side headlock. I'd send him into the ropes. I had a plant on the outside. He'd jump up. He'd grab his feet, yank him out from under him. Boom, he'd fall down. We'd work around. We'd do it again. He'd grab me in a side headlock. I'd give him a couple elbows. I'd send him off another direction. That same plan would be on the other side. He'd yank his feet out from under him. He'd go down. Now, mind you, this is a bar show. Everybody in there is drunk, okay? Beer bottles everywhere, this and that. It was the same night that Lenny went out with the bar of soap and about got mobbed. If I recall, wasn't that the same night?
Yes, okay. It was. They were wanting to riot early on with whoever that manager was that was talking in the first match and all that. And then the manager was realizing there's no security here. We're screwed tonight. So.
Right. Well, anyway, we're doing the thing, and finally, I've got so much heat that the heat's turning white. Okay, it's time to get out of there. I look at him. He looks at me. We do the finish. We go home, and I get out of there, and I'm running through the crowd. I mean, there's referees, people trying to get me through to the back. I get to the back, and it comes time to go, and we get, we're walking out with our bags and stuff. I don't have the mask on at this time, But we'll rewind a minute. Me being the idiot that I am and liking to stir the pot a little bit, after I get to the back in the locker room, I decide, they're out here trying to calm these people down. I'm going to walk back through this entryway. Here I am sliding the mask back on, walking back out there. I'm standing in the middle of all these people with beer bottles. And they look at her like, there he is. I was like, oh, shit.
Security, what's that?
Here I go.
Well, then remember when
but into the night, we're getting ready to leave, and we're walking out to the cars, and here we go, and I'm getting ready to get in the car, and there's these people leaning up against my vehicle, about 10 of them, and I'm like, oh, no. Like, who are y'all looking for? What are y'all doing? We're looking for that mask guy, that Iceman guy. I said, oh, that's Suzuki's sidekick down there. That's what he's driving right there. I said, this is my car here. Oh, okay. Well, they went down there and set that car. That was Yield Sign Danny's car.
And that's how he got paid back by taking your mask off later on. And it's like, no way of doing that anymore. I mean, and they were wanting to riot early on, and then I get kicked out of the building. I'm like, okay, I gotta stay in the back. Screw this. No. And then I get thrown out, and I'm thrown out of literally the front door. And I had to run all the way around to the back.
Didn't you have to come back out when that was going down with me or something?
No, it was the riot that Lenny started, Mephisto. Oh. And then all of a sudden, it's like the locker room clears to try to protect everybody. We get out there, and all of a sudden, I'm also hearing, he's supposed to be out of this building. I'm like, almost did a pepper card on that, but they're like, dang it. It's like, let's get to the back. And then we made sure the van was waiting for us because we had to load up music and get the heck out of there.
God.
What a night. I didn't. You guys know me very well. I stop for coffee as soon as I leave a building. Yeah. I didn't stop for an hour and a half down the road that night.
You had enough energy, you didn't need it.
Well, I wasn't stopping, taking a chance that some of them followed me.
Yeah. Wow.
That was heat. That was good heat.
So in the title chapter, The Man Behind the Gimmick, there was a phrase where you stated, the ring didn't just teach me how to wrestle, it taught me how to live. What was the most important lessons you believe reflected that statement the most?
It's so deep. I could go on for hours about it because with everything, that's in the book that I went through personally, that I mean, people can read between the lines and see that they can imagine that there was days that I didn't even want to be here anymore on this earth. I had went through so much in my personal life that I forgot how to live. I lived, and that's why the title, The Man Behind the Gimmick, because the gimmick is all there was for many years. The man wasn't living. He was tucked away somewhere so he wouldn't have to deal with everything. But that relates to me in such a way that I don't want to overemphasize it, but the ring taught me how to live in the sense that I realized who I was. Okay, it brought me to a place to where I knew who I was as a man because I grew up in the ring basically as Danny. From Danny's birth to where Danny is at today. Not the man, but Danny, the gimmick. It taught me how to live in the sense that if I didn't have Danny and if I didn't have the ring, I wouldn't be here, GQ. I would have been gone a long time ago with everything that I'd been through. And the discipline that the ring had given me, the discipline gave me a father when my dad was an alcoholic before he got sober. The ring gave me discipline that a father would give you. The ring gave me respect. It taught me respect because if you don't respect it, it's going to hurt you. The ring taught me how to live life as a man, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%. And especially when life is getting so tough and everything like that, the escape or just to live, whether as yourself through someone else's eyes or as someone else through everybody's eyes.
That was the whole key, to the man behind the gimmick was, I mean, I'm at the end of my in-ring career. It's winding down. I'm going to be 50 years old. Let's face it. I don't have long left. I don't know how long that is in the ring. But the fact of the matter is this, that I lived behind the gimmick so long, and normally I don't break it down and break down the fourth wall like I'm fixing to normally. But Michael died for a long time, okay? All there was Danny. And I'm just glad that Michael lives now. I'm glad that Michael is refinding his faith.
Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
I mean that's what like I said, I mean, being in this business, you could be in it for a long time, but eventually, I mean, you'll have to kind of fade away, or at least to kind of go to the back. If you want to stay behind the scenes, but obviously there comes a point in time where we're not going to be active in the ring anymore. So, and like I'm trying my best to stay around as long as I possibly can. It's going to be up to the state of Missouri actually if I can stay around because with ACW being in Missouri and I got to pass a physical. So
well, I'll be around helping my wife and helping certain promotions, behind the scenes and doing things when I'm done. But I'm not done yet. I just know my days are numbered. As a worker gets older, your body begins to talk louder and louder and louder. Like I said in the book.
Yeah, that's for certain. Boy, don't I know that.
Snap, Crackle, Pop is no longer the breakfast cereal.
Right. Yeah, my knees need to shut up. That's what they need to do. For certain. So going to another chapter in your book, where it basically outlines how humility can overcome someone from having too much ego, too much of an ego. Could you summarize the night that you described in your book, that you felt the worst and what you did to make things better for you?
I thought I had it all together. Okay, I thought I was doing everything right in the ring. Okay,
Yeah.
man, I got this. Look at me. I've won all these championships. I've worked in. By that time, I'd probably worked in about 23, 24 states by that time, and I'd been all over the place. To coin your phrase, Ruby, I thought I was the shiznit.
Trademark pending.
I mean, I had worked for some reputable people and with some very big names by that point. So the ego started to creep in. And when you get in the ring and you realize that you're not as good as you thought you were because you're in there with someone who's twice as good as you ever were, it kind of wakes you up, and you begin to realize that, wait a minute, I got some work to do here. I went back. That is the chapter you're talking about, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah.
I had to go back, and I had to look at everything that I had done and how I had done everything up to that point. I had to reassess ring psychology. I had to question myself on every little thing, and it came to a point to where I said, if I can't tell you why I'm doing this in a match, then I'm not going to do it anymore. And that, yeah, it'll make you show humility and humble you really, really quick.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
in the chat. Oh, sorry, Ruby.
Well, I can't begin to to voice that second as loud as possible, because it's like, hey, I could do this move, and I could do this move and this move. I can high spot throughout the match, but why?
Hold on. You were talking about humility, right? Hold on. My grandson's going to bed, so y'all are just going to have to hold on 1 second. Good night,
Yeah, no,
baby
not a
boy.
problem, brother.
Papa loves you
Not a
very, very
problem.
much. That's number one: family, children, and grandchildren. Pro wrestling is not number one like it used to be to me.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, obviously.
I've changed so much, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but I mean, you're talking about how with you're working all these states, you're getting booked everywhere, and it's fine, but I mean, we can all do. I mean, we come to a point where it's like, hey, we can do this move, this move, this move, this move, but why do you want to give a showcase?
Or you start asking yourself, I'm doing everything they're doing and more. Why am I not where they're at? Why are they ahead of me? Why are they getting a bigger push than me?
Yeah, well, you can always observe what they're doing, but then you got to dig deep down inside, and it all depends.
I was doing too much. That's why.
Yeah. You got to find out though of the path where you want to go. If there's a purpose where you want to go, and if there's a different direction where you want to go, then you have to keep your focus and your journey on the path where you want to direct yourself. I mean, if it means you want to go to a bigger promotion, if you want like the big money,
exactly,
you got to find out how to get there.
Like I said, it really humbled me when I realized that I wasn't as good as I thought I was at the time.
Yeah.
And that's my goal now, is to stop young men, and women in the business breaking in, to not have to go through that. But they will, it's part of the process.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. But kind of seeing today's product, I'm like, I don't know if that really attracts me to what I really want to do, though, even if I was into the business when I first got in. So I mean, it all depends. Gotcha. Time for an icy hot break, everybody. If you get it, use it.
Yeah, ain't no joke.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I mean, the good thing is, though, is to realize that there's a point in your career, like if you become stagnant, or it doesn't, or if you're not getting in where you want to go in the direction you think you're going, And if you can't pull yourself back, then that's kind of a detriment. But if you can, and then refocus, then obviously you're at least making an effort, and you got the right mind for it, and just taking another direction for it.
I can't tell you how many times I've had to refocus and repackage.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you do, and like I said, you very few people you come across a business where they think they've got everything down and they don't need to learn anymore, and that's a big detriment. So that's bad.
But in the chapter when it finally clicked, you describe how going through the motions wasn't paying off anymore, and that something needed to change. And what really was it that made it change, and what kind of opportunities do you feel maybe passed you by because it didn't click right away?
I feel a lot of big opportunities passed me by because it didn't click right away. Tryouts that I had that didn't go like I wanted because it just wasn't clicking at that time, man. Um, there's no telling where I'd be right now if I wouldn't have been a stubborn, hard-headed ass kid, thinking that I had it all down pat. And if I would have listened to the people that really taught me what it was about, in the book, and this is probably the chapter that you're talking about, there's a miss, is when I talk about the night I worked with a guy and it finally all clicked, right?
Mm-hmm.
That guy's name is Motley Cruz. He's very well known from the Memphis and the Mid-South area. Very well respected. I worked with Motley Cruz, and he taught me how to let it breathe. He taught me so many things working with him that I will always have I respect him as much as I do Pops Tracy. Um, I mean, Motley Cruz is he's a teacher. He's not only a hell of a worker, he is a teacher. And if you will open your ears up and shut your mouth and listen to Motley, there's no way you can go through a program with him without learning something and being 10 times better afterwards than you were before.
Yeah.
It clicked. It clicked with Motley. And I had a feeling that person's name was going to be given tonight because I did not tell it in the book on purpose. I wanted to wait until the subject came up.
In what name? Okay. I won't be honest, Diney. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not had the time to read the book all the way yet or even touch it that much. So give us the name then.
Motley Cruz. Motley Cruz.
That name. Okay. So I'm sorry. I'm zoned out. Medicine and all kinds of stuff, brother.
Yeah. Motley Cruz.
That's killer.
Yeah. It's Motley Cruz.
I mean, I feel that way. I feel that way some way with Ruby, actually, with how he gave me this platform to really be able to start chopping it up. So my commentary has become better just because of my weekly base abilities to be here and doing this with you guys, and also the stuff that Ruby, GQ, Austin Cage, and us do when we don't have a guest, So I get how that whole clicking thing works, and it's still clicking to a degree. Do you think it's still clicking for you in that way, to where you're seeing new bits and pieces to where like the newer age stuff can mix maybe with the older stuff, and we can probably fuse it a little bit better?
I am. Nothing grinds my gears than being in a locker room and hearing an old school guy say new school has no place, or hearing a new school guy saying old school has no place. The business changes over time, okay? Styles change. Those styles can gel if you have people willing to move with the time and develop and mesh those together. Man, I'm seeing a product now. For example, last night, every match on the card, top to bottom, was a main event match, okay? I would have put any match on that show last night against any show or match on a Monday or Wednesday night. I mean, and that was the thing. There was old school guys in with new school guys, and it was gelling and it was meshing. We've got to get into a place as the old guard, as we're called, to where we're realizing that these kids have a lot to bring to the table, and it's not their fault that we're not taking the time to teach them.
Ooh, I need an applause on that one. Because at Illinois Elite Wrestling, one of the things that I love about our locker room is it's starting to be that way where, yes, things don't go according to plan or things get maybe jumbled up and don't look the best or what us perfectionists of the art want it to be, right? But the fans have no clue. It's they're still having a good time hooping and hollering, yelling, screaming. IEW last night was packed yelling. I guarantee it was yelling at your guys' show. And it just feels like everything's coming to a line where the past and the present can meet each other and respect itself and then still add to, man, getting to call Big Texan with Justin Poole and 5-Star, that's something I never thought I would get to do. That's history meeting the future. Like, that's cool. That's cool shit.
You know, how many times at an indie show do you hear chants of over 300 people? This is awesome. You don't hear that at an indie show often.
No.
All night long last night, that's all we heard. And
It's funny.
it was new school and old school combined, meshing together and just giving it hell out there, man. Everybody leaving it all in the ring. I worked a Iron Man match with Dwayne Cashman probably back about a year and a half ago. Ruby knows Cashman.
Yep.
I don't know if you guys do or if you've seen any of his work. I think Zmiz has seen him work in Corning.
Yep.
I worked an Iron Man with him, and he wanted to do this spot, and I told him no when he called it, in the ring. And then when the time was right, I told him, I said, now do the spot. He was like, what? I was like, now do it. It's not about telling the young guys no and never letting them do anything. It's about teaching them where to place the new school stuff.
Snap, 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 snap.
He was like, oh, I didn't think you was going to do it. I was like, no, I wasn't going to let you do it and make yourself look stupid. I was going to let you do it when it made sense.
And that's the thing. Nobody knows psychology or anything with it. I mean, nobody knows that at all.
I mean, in some sense too, and I will take, I'll take the sword for the young guys, right? Some of us we just got Labrador energy, damn it. We want to do the fun now, like we ball. That's what I see, right? Squirrel, right? Go go fly kite on it, like. We want to see what we fell in love with, the same thing that you guys fell in love with. Keep growing, keep molding, keep getting bigger, keep getting this cooler thing. And that's what, I mean, I like wrestling from WWE all the way down. So
Wait a minute. Are you saying that we want the same thing?
Oh, no shit, really?
Then why aren't we working together to get it there?
That's
why is everybody trying to hold everybody else back these days?
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm almost done. Yeah. Somebody's got to step into my spot when I'm done.
And here's the thing from my young guy's standpoint, and I'm not young, man. I'm going to be 40 this year, supposedly. That's what my rotation around this world is. So I'm not young. I got into it late. That's why DDP is one of my favorites. That's why he's an idol to me in that sense, is because he was one of the guys I got into it late. Hearing his story build to be where he is, that's something I can respect. That's why Big E's one of my favorites, because he was a wrestler that could talk and do everything that I liked wrestlers doing, but now he's transferring himself to a commentator role because he can't wrestle really anymore. Like, that's the stuff that pulls me in to a degree, but like I don't even know where the fuck I was going with that now. I got excited. See, that's that Labrador.
Hold on. Pepper card. You said the F-bomb. It's the only one tonight.
My bad. I got to make up for Austin Cage being sick.
So let's go a little bit back to 2016, Danny, when you stated that you stepped away from the ring and in the book and everything for over 6 years. But then
14.
during that time, more personal tragedy struck while trying to mature in everyday life. What were the determining factors for you to step away and eventually make a return to the ring?
I met my wife, Lindsay, and I was drinking really heavy at the time. And this is going to get really personal, guys. I was drinking really, really heavy at the time, and I knew something had to change. And her mom had her own addictions in the past that she saw as she was growing up, and she saw things, and that's her story to share when she's ready or if she ever wants to. But when we started getting serious, she looked at me and she said, I can't be with an alcoholic. I can't be with an addict because of what mom went through and what I saw with mom. And if we're going to make this work, you're going to have to lay that down. Because, I was drinking 2/5 a day. Let's be real, of tequila.
Oh.
On top of beer,
God.
When my mom died in 2005, it about took me down, guys. And that's when it started. It just started getting heavier and heavier and heavier over the years. Well, along came 2014. I met her, and I decided December 6, 2014 was going to be my last match, maybe forever. And I was going home with her, with my wife, and I was going to get sober. I knew if I stayed on the road, I would never get sober. And that's just a fact. The lifestyle, the rock star lifestyle, wrestling 4, 5, 6 nights a week, at the time, and I was never going to get sober, guys. So I had to do it for myself, and that was the first time that I came out from hiding behind the gimmick, and it took a while, even then, for me to let the real man come back. I was away from the business. I shut a lot of people off. There was only a few people that I talked to from the business during that time period. Very few. And I had went through so much. And, then 2016 that you mentioned, it came. And that was more tragedy, which I'm sure that, one of y'all will have a question about that here in a minute. But, yeah, I had to step away to get sober, man. That's the hardcore truth.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
there's also the business really that's hard to keep away from those addictions though as well. I mean,
yes.
Whatever the vice is, I mean,
yes.
The business can either make you stronger on it, give you an escape from it, or fuel to that fire there as well. I mean,
right. A lot of lonely time out there on the road.
I mean, yeah, if you're out traveling, doing 5, at least 5 nights?
4 and 5, yeah. I mean, it was that old loop from Richmond, Indiana, down across to Louisville, down to Athens, Alabama, across somewhere over in middle Arkansas, back up through Tennessee and Illinois.
Good Lord. At least it was a loop.
Man.
Good Lord, man. I'll tell you.
But that's how I met my wife, was on one of those Saturday nights on the loop coming through Tennessee.
There you go.
She was at the sandwich shop.
At the sandwich shop.
At least she wasn't at the candy shop.
Oh. Yeah. So, like I said, we've been talking about Lindsay, of course, who is now your better half. We eventually got married. But so how did you two bond from that point forward? I mean, obviously, you had the pretty much the ultimatum, like, hey, if you want me to stick around, you're gonna have to clean up, pretty much, and also kind of tell us how her involvement as far as like how she got in the business. Like how did you help her with getting started in the business and kind of help you out too?
Well, for all those years, we'll start at your last question there first. Uh, for all those years, she had sat pretty much under the learning tree because even while I wasn't wrestling, I was still teaching her. Because her uncle was a worker back in the day. He's retired now, Crazy Stan, and she had always wanted to, but she never had anyone to push her and help her and believe in her to, help her do so.
Right.
And when it came time for us to have the discussion about me coming back, she was actually the one that encouraged me to make a comeback. She brought it up to me. And she hasn't said this, but a husband and a wife can tell certain things about the other one. I think she did it because she knew I needed to finish it as the sober man, that I needed to finish it the right way on my terms, and
Yeah.
that I needed that closure. I feel that's why she did it. And that was very mature on her part. I was very loving on her part because where I sit today, I'm at peace. If I decided I didn't want to wrestle anymore, I'm okay with taking my boots off and staying home and loving my wife, kids, and my grandson. I'm at peace now finally. But to go back now, what was that first part again?
Well, I mean, the
Because
first
I
part,
told her that if I was to go back like she was wanting me to,
yeah,
that she would have, I would do it on one condition. I wanted her to come with me.
yeah,
So she was learning, all those years, and then she started managing me when I came back, and then she started training to wrestle.
and yeah. I mean, like I said, that's even to get involved in the business. I mean, just to you helping her out, and then
It keeps me
eventually her,
grounded.
yeah, and then eventually getting you to come back and kind of see things, kind of like a rebirth,
Full circle.
yeah, yeah, come around first full circle, and I'm sure that this since you came back, it's been, I would imagine it's got to been at least somewhat of a joy because, I mean, yeah, you're working like what maybe wait 3 or 4 times a month, maybe
About that.
about that. I mean, it's not as what you've had in the past, but at least you're getting that itch scratched. I mean, going to shows with her and then having to live out that and having her help her out. So
Yeah.
and then you getting the chance to eventually where I came down, at least for ICW, and to kind of rejoin again. So, yeah. So I mean, everything comes at least full circle, and it's kind of cool when it does. When you think you weren't going to get those days again, and sure enough, days do come around. So,
When you didn't think you was going to get them sober.
right,
When you thought you was going to die on the road some night with a drink in your hand. But here I am all these years later with her by my side, and I'm sober, guys.
yeah. I mean, that's good. I mean, yeah. Sometimes, sometimes it takes the right person to straighten you up, or just the right situation, or maybe just a certain element to kind of put you back on track.
Now I did have some close calls in 2016 and a little bit after that, and then again a little bit after that of slipping back into that, which I'm sure we'll discuss, or if we don't, it's in the book.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and like I said, I mean, it's we'll kind of as far as our discussion, what we're going to have on that, I'm just going to go ahead and tag out to Zmiz for his next one, and then we'll discuss upon that.
I mean, yeah, because full circle, at the end of your book, you have some letters to several topics or subjects that you want to speak to, and one of those was a younger self of yourself. Now, during that conversation, do you think if your younger self would have read that, would they have chose to continue to pursue the profession of 25 years that you did? Or the dream still be there and that fire in the eyes?
I feel that I would have, that my younger self would have, for the simple fact that it was a fire that couldn't be extinguished. And that's why I wrote that letter to my younger self, because we always wish that we could go back and tell our younger self something. And a lot of people want to tell their older self something. I don't. I didn't. I wanted to tell my younger self. Because, tragedy hit my family when I was very young, through other things. And I just couldn't. I couldn't see myself ever not chasing that dream, man. You know. But at least my younger self would have known what's coming. It would have known all the crap that I was going to go through. You know, all the trials, all the tribulations, the things that was going to knock me down and make me feel like not getting back up. But I had to claw my way back up, because it's the only choice I had, man. It was either get up or lay there and literally die. That was the choice I had, and I had people counting on me. I had children. I had a wife. I couldn't just give up, you know. I had to push through, guys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe my younger self would have still pursued it. Would my younger self have tried to have been more cautious? Yes. Would maybe I have avoided some situations? Possibly, because I would have known they were coming, if you know what I mean.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But if I had, I wouldn't be who I am now. So the only follow up question that I give myself to that is, if I could go back and change it, would I? No, I would.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the tragedies you cannot avoid. Maybe certain situations, but then again,
right.
Maybe some certain situations you could have avoided, but then again, there's some certain situations that maybe weren't really too good in your favor, but it panned out to something else better.
Right.
And that's why you don't want to change that path, even though you kind of want to, like, I kind of wish that this didn't happen, but
I wouldn't be where I am and who I am now.
Right, exactly. So, I totally understand coming from that point of view. So,
reflecting back on everything you've written in that book, for at least volume 1, what was the hardest adjustment you think you had to make when you got into the business? What was done that you think probably the best thing that you did to make it better? And is there anything more you would adjust the business to, or adjust yourself to, for this?
It's not my place to adjust the business. The business is the business. It's my job and my place to respect the business the way it's always been respected, and to teach the younger generation the same thing. I would never ask the business to change for me, because if the business wasn't the business, then it wouldn't be the business. A little carny word talk there for you. If the business wasn't the business, it would no longer be the business. Now, people in the business, I wish they were taught better, more in the old school ways of respect and how things are done. Um, saw a guy a few days ago, and he was doing a move, and he was going through this spot, and he was doing it wrong. Yeah. Well, I've done it this way for 20 years. And I looked at it, well, for 20 years, you've been doing it wrong. He looked at me like, huh? I said, yeah, for 20 years, then you've been doing it wrong, you know? And I told him, I said, that's why these young kids are getting out here and hurting themselves. It's because of guys like you going out here and you're showing them to do it wrong from the get go. So, you know, that's not the business GQ. That's the people in it who are not teaching properly. But if there was one thing that I would adjust with the business, are you ready for it? Because you know it's coming, and I feel you asked that question as a loaded question.
Okay.
It's the gatekeepers and the vets who want to treat these young guys bad, and they want to take their liberties with them, and they want to mistreat them and not let them have a fair shake. And I would adjust that, and I'd tell those vets that you need to be a real vet. And you need to learn how to help these young men and women.
No, yeah, 100%.
And that's for any vet out there watching this tonight or listening. If you're one of those vets, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame on you. I'm calling you out.
Yeah, we don't see Danny Ice having a problem calling people out. So.
Never. Never.
Never a problem with that.
Nope.
Then. Yeah, but guys, once again, before we start wrapping this up, I mean, make sure you guys, if you're not getting a chance to look at this, even if that QR code does not work, make sure you're going to Amazon.com and looking for the Man Behind the Gimmick.
It's the first one that pops up there.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one. There's only one that should be up there.
I want to do it again to show how good Apple is versus Android, right?
Oh gosh,
I put my foot in my mouth.
Well, it's not coming up very well for some reason.
At least it wasn't a strap.
I don't know if maybe the QR code.
We'll post it on the web on our Facebook page too. So
right, exactly. Too. I mean, we'll post it. Yeah, at some point. But make sure you're looking for the Man Behind the Gimmick. That is, of course, with Danny Ice, our guest here this evening. Available in paperback on Amazon.com. That's where I believe right now that's the only place you can get it.
Unless they want to order an autographed copy direct through me, then they can contact me directly, and we can take care of that.
Right, and you can look for Danny Ice, or even was it Danny Ice Pro on X and
Danny Ice Pro on TikTok, Danny Ice Pro everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. So Danny Ice Pro, just look for it. And now I will also say, with discussing.
And coming up next is going to be the link here.
You are going to be posting the link?
You know what? You know what, Freddie Jack, by the way, before we were in the green room, my Apple worked just fine. GQ's Samsung did not work. So that's why I was doing that. And once again, my foot went like this into my face, bro.
Hold on a second. Let me see here.
Oh, look at him.
But there's the link.
Oh, it worked fine for me.
Yeah, it did it. So you took it on air, and Apple's like, "Oh, it's on air now. I can't get it to work."
I guess the theme of tonight's show is hit or miss. So
right. Yeah. My question I tried to ask, or not question, my statement, I just totally, like dial-up went out, and it was like,
Did we go sandwich or no sandwich?
Doesn't matter. I'd be making it.
Yeah, but that's the quick link to go right to. I guess that's kind of like
That's through a
link or something of that nature.
Yeah, that's through the Facebook one. So the Facebook.
Oh, that's okay.
That's on Facebook. Hold on, I'll drop it on YouTube too. Don't worry.
That's where it gets a sandwich. Here we go. Yeah, but let me go ahead and before I was going to say something, but I think I just want to go right to our. This is actually going to be the last question, but taking a quote from your chapter of The Final Bell, where you say there's a moment every wrestler eventually faces. Okay, that's how you lead off the chapter. When your last time comes to lace your boots, how do you think you're going to handle the moment, and what do you build on for the future in the business from after that is after you've had your last match? So where do you go from here?
Well, when the final bell rings, that day's gonna come, and it's gonna be sooner rather than later. I mean, it's a fact. Father Time slows down for no one.
Right.
But after that final bell and those boots come off in the ring that night, I see myself stepping behind the scenes as a mentor, as doing producer work, as doing, possibly booking here or there, helping, doing whatever needs to be done, because that's what the business is about, is people who've been there, done that, coming to a point to where they're willing to step back and realize, okay, this needs done here. I'm going to help with this. Sure, I was main event for all these years, but now it's time for me to give back. Even if it's taking money at the door, no matter what it is, I'll be giving back to the business, but I see myself behind the curtain. And there's been some opportunities to present themselves, and several promotions have reached out about when they heard that time is coming.
Yeah.
And there's definitely interest in myself by these companies, and having me on the production side of the show, and that's where I see myself in the end, and supporting my wife, of course, from behind the scenes.
Yeah. And
going fishing with my grandson, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, have some good family time. I think you want to get a lot more family time in more than anything, I would imagine, with that. And of course, I'm with that too. I'm just trying to get, even with now, I'm just trying to find a better work-life balance. Just going from work, and I'm still hanging a bit. I'm still trying to get that ironed out. Which I think probably will happen at some point this year. So,
yeah, yeah, I think we've all been there at one time or another.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Hollywood, you're asking for a meat with your cheese sandwich, sir? No, that's going to cost you double. You're asking for. We're just only doing cheese here, sir. Pick your poison. Here we go. Trinity's back with some popcorn.
Well, she's trying to stir that pot there, ain't she?
I thought she would have had a sandwich by now.
Oh, man.
She needs to. Hey, she's getting older. She needs to learn how to make her own. And for everybody else here on the show, I'm just saying.
Dude.
Yeah, she went to college. Go make a sandwich.
Hey, Trinity, make it $60 now. I'm putting 20 on it instead.
Man, GQ, you're making me tired.
Oh, damn.
Speaking of GQ, I heard you're going to be doing something here. That you got something coming up here real soon.
Yeah, we got the Frank Reed Memorial Show #2 next month on May 23rd.
Oh, wow. Man, yeah. Good luck with that.
Okay.
Good luck with that.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good luck with that. Oh, man.
I've seen the layout. It's going to be a good one.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is.
All I was gonna say is I
That's
plan on
gonna be
having
great.
this title that's over my shoulder right now, the bottom one. I plan on taking that with me to Lost Valley Lake and defending that with Big Bubba Walsh as the ACW World Tag Team Champion. So
it better stay on that shelf.
Hey, it's there now.
Or if not, we're gonna make Bubba Walsh get strapped too.
Oh well, shoot.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Crusher's comment. Ain't no meat in these payoff sandwiches.
Payoff sandwiches.
Hey, damn it, Crusher! Last time I worked for you, I didn't get my handshake.
It was occupied.
No,
Did
guys.
you get the hot
Crusher
dog, though?
Koloff, the promoter of Inhumane Championship Wrestling. He and his wife Tammy, great people to work for and with.
Yep.
Crusher's good, dude.
Inhumane's a good place to be too. So
Yes.
Well, I've been down there.
Several dates coming up for them.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what they got coming up. So that'll be pretty cool. Oh man, but I will say though that if it wasn't for Danny Ice, because I just knowing that you were going through all this stuff, even at the time where I had kind of my doubts of what I was going to do, and I just had a bad moment in my life, and I was about ready to hang it up myself back in 2010. But if it wasn't for Danny Ice reaching out in RPW and wanting for me to come down and just check out everything, and just the feel of what Renegade Pro Wrestling offered, and it had that old school feeling, and that kind of like that world class feeling, kind of like that sportatorium feel, and that's what I really thrived on. And so, if it wasn't for that, I don't think I think I probably might have still had them hung up. So,
well, glad you didn't. Glad you came down.
Yeah. So you just goes to show that you don't know who you're going to come across and what opportunities may lie, and something that you want to try. And heck, those are good times, man.
Yeah.
Starting from RPW to DODPW, and I mean, just some good stuff around the Metropolis area. Yeah, Metropolis. Yeah, I'm thinking
Metropolis first. Yeah.
I don't need to be thinking that. You talk about sandwiches. What about ice cream sandwiches, bitches? What about? I want something like that. Shit. Hey.
Yeah, but you want ice cream on your cheese sandwich, really?
Oh no, bro! I'm talking dessert. I don't care. We're out of the meat and cheese department now. I'm talking about ice cream. Holy cow, man! That's what I'm talking about. So, and
intrusive thoughts.
So, yeah, man. So, I mean, like I said, that's all the questions we had. Once again, if you guys are not scanning that code or even going back down to the comments to click on that link, once again, it's the Man Behind the Gimmick, Danny Ice. You can find those copies at Amazon.com. And like I said, if you want something like autographed as well, just reach out to Danny. Find Danny Ice on Facebook, X, Instagram, whatever the case may be. Just find him, and if you like a personalized autographed copy, he'll work out something here with you too.
We can hook it up.
Print, then go to Amazon. So, yeah, like I said, yeah, Matthew was there too. So definitely. If there's any other thoughts or final words you got, Danny, for us?
Man, all I can think of as a final word is as I leave you guys is just say Jesus Christ is King.
All right. Yep. I'm with you there, brother.
Because Danny was there to turn the light on then.
Hey, you were still a waiter at the Last Supper, so I don't want to hear it.
What are you, Tom Bodette with the Motel 6? What the hell's wrong with you?
That's the best thing that I've heard today.
Oh, my God. Again, to those... Fair enough. Fair enough.
Hey, I do got to give you a line that I gave a fan last night and almost made him want to fight me.
What?
He was heckling me at ringside, and I just looked over at him. He was like, "You need to get back in the ring." I was like, "Well, they're whooping me. They won't let me." I said, "Listen, if pro wrestler was easy, it wouldn't be called wrestling. It'd be called your mom."
Jeez.
Zing.
Wow.
Man, there was so many of those lines that caused so many problems.
They did. They did. Even with the military, they did. But anyway, guys, I appreciate the hospitality and the plug of the new book, and book 2 is in the works. There was so much material that would not fit into book 1 that book 2, there's enough material for book 2 that it would just have to be organized.
Oh yeah, we want to hear a lot of fun stuff, a lot of good. We want to hear some. We want to see a lot of. I guess like a lot of pranks or just.
There's a lot of those.
Stories.
It's going to be in book 2. And I'll just give you a few people that's mentioned in book 2. There's Tracy, of course. There's Spike, of course. There's Spot. A little talk about Jake. Sid and Scott's mentioned.
Yeah.
3 a.m. ice cream run with Jamie Dundee.
So wait a minute, you say talking about Jake? Are we talking about the one that was the bathroom break was longer than the match?
No. This is a different occasion.
Okay.
But, yeah.
I think Mr. Cuervo had a lot to say about that match that night, but
right.
Holy crap! No, but we're looking forward to seeing and reading some good stories and some good ribs and all this other stuff, man.
There's some stories about Showtime Tony as well.
Yeah. God rest his soul, man. Yeah, he'll. Yeah, like I said, that's
Jerry. Wait a minute. Why are you helping with that now? Come on now. No.
Yeah.
Jared says
For that to ever happen again, it has to triple the number that I did at that shows. I'm just saying.
Every book you need to throw in a strap.
There you go. Strap with every purchase.
At this point, I think it'd be a sandwich, guys. Come on.
Now, what I am doing is I'm doing a deal with the book. If they buy directly through me, they can get one of my T-shirts and an autographed book, which is normally $20 each. But I'm doing the book for $20, and then the shirt for $15, so $35 for an autographed book shirt combo.
Nice.
Okay.
So,
there you go. That'll work too. That'll work too, man. But man, I know you've got an early day to start tomorrow. So
yes.
Like I said, I appreciate you coming on. Always good to talk. We always have a good time talking, man. This still brings up all Block Talk Radio days with our free for alls and all the other pranks that we pulled up, man. It's always good.
The night that I interviewed Bobby Brown from Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Danny, hold on. What Matthew just said, though, I agree 100% on that. It says, God rest Showtime Tony.
Yes, sir. But yeah, I mean, we had quite a blast. We had quite a blast on that. I'm almost. I still got all the. I still got all the audio from Block Talk from all of our shows too. So
Awesome.
I just got to find a way to either upload it, or because a lot of the songs we were playing there, we would probably get demonetized with everything that's on there.
All right.
So that's
Just
that's
a video that had no audio and was just at the St. Louis Arch apparently got us in some trouble already before. So yeah.
We might have to just do like segments, I'm saying segments of the show, But
Yeah.
that's just for like another time and another project that I don't have time for right now. But it's kind of cool
Don't
to
look
talk
at me.
about it. But man, Danny, thanks again for coming on, bro. I appreciate
Oh
you.
yes.
And we'll definitely be talking down the road. Let's see, maybe coming down for another ICW show or something of that nature. So,
No doubt, no doubt. Well, listen, guys, thanks. Y'all have a good one. I'm gonna get ready, call it a night, and
Later, dude.
5:30 comes early.
yeah, it sure does. But we appreciate you though, and we'll see you down the road.
Oh yeah, man. Listen, thanks, y'all. Have a good one.
Thanks,
too,
bud.
See you, Danny.
All right, buddy. So we are, so that was Danny Ice once again, the man behind the gimmick. Once go back in the chats for the links. I think there was one posted on Facebook and one on YouTube. Is that right, Zmiz?
Yeah, because the YouTube one isn't working, so it's actually Twitter or X and Facebook.
Oh, X and Facebook.
It's still gonna be Twitter for me.
You're a twit.
It can be whatever you call it. I don't care.
Whatever, twit. But now before we get on, let me just make sure. We want to do some quick announcements here before we do our next segment here, guys. Like I said, we ain't gonna have much to really. We're going to talk about some other local stuff here, and then we'll do our show rundowns because, like I said, WrestleMania is next weekend. But let us not forget that we've got other things coming up here. Like I said, this coming weekend, we have, at least for me, the American Championship Wrestling will be at Herman, Missouri, on this coming Saturday, April 18th. Bell time is at 6. Doors open at 5. It's just $6 to get in the door. Myself and Big Bubba Walsh are going to be defending the tag titles. We'll have Selena De Niro defending against Miss Hyde, and then of course a lot more. So a lot of good action, and we're ready to go. So make sure you're joining us on this coming Saturday. And speaking of big announcements, we had one that we did here earlier in the week. We're going to bring it up again. He was just debuted last night in IEW, but this is 2 weeks from tonight with episode number 229, and that is Big Nasty Glenn Williams, the SICW Central States champion and also a co-holder of the tag team champions with SICW, and the host of Nasty Talk, will be with us live talking everything SICW Fan Fest 4, and of course what's going on in Big Nasty's world, and that will be 2 weeks from tonight. Right here live. And so Big Nasty Glenn Williams will be with us. And then in about 3 weeks, ACW will be coming back. And this is where I canvassed for yesterday. We're going to Cedar Hill, Missouri on Saturday, May 2nd at the at the Big River VFW. And that is on One Lane. And of course, same prices, $6 to get in, and a $10 front row tickets. You can always visit acwtheshow.com, and or you can just get them at the door. Take your chances there, but not a bad seat in the house. And I have a feeling that show is going to be packed because we had a lot of places yesterday, and a lot of people are looking forward to coming back. So
Nice.
So that's going to be a packed house as well. And also don't forget, 4 weeks, guys. Are you excited? We have a lot going on. SICW Fan Fest 4, and that will be in about 4 weeks. And we'll be drawing up our official announcement of when we're going to be going live at the Fan Fest. So we're going to have a simulcast. We're going to be having several people coming in, saying hi. During the Fan Fest 4, we're hoping they're going to have a good number of legends that will maybe just stop by, say hi while we're on the air, and that will be pretty cool for Fan Fest 4. So all 4 of us, like I said, all of our new host threads will be coming in at the end of the week, guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they turn out. So I'm kind of excited. So. Can't wait for that. So,
I'm excited.
Hell yeah. And like I said, we're gonna get all new professional, new group photos, everything else, and we're gonna get it all taken care of. So, yeah. So FanFest 4, we're looking forward to it. We can't wait to be there, and yeah, man, can't believe 4 weeks away. God, it just seemed like we're just waiting for like what stars we were gonna have come on, and but now it's just now we're on the now we're on the timer now. Everybody's been announced, I believe, so far. So, and now we just gotta wait. So, so I'm just pretty excited.
I'm pumped.
So yeah. So if you're in the area, make sure you stay. Make sure you say hi to us if you're coming to FanFest 4. So, let's see. Let me go ahead and get this pulled down, guys. And one last thing we're going to talk about, of course, this coming weekend is the big WrestleMania weekend. Yeah, Freddie Jacka, hopefully you're going to be getting involved with some matches there too.
He's already reffing it. He's reffing the night
is,
there.
Yes, he's going to be reffing it at FanFest. That's pretty cool.
That's
I
awesome.
Like it, man.
I'm telling you, Freddie Jack's the greatest ref in the Midwest.
We're going to go ahead and get up a little banner here because we're going to go ahead and start putting up our matches here. And we're going to start off with Saturday, this coming Saturday. This is your lineup for Saturday. First 2 matches are going to be aired on ESPN2. And then the rest will go to the ESPN app or internationally on Netflix. I wonder if I can get it on Netflix. Yeah. So WrestleMania Vegas Saturday. This is kind of a throw together, I feel, guys, with the Usos and LA Knight versus ISO Speed, Logan Paul, and of course Logan Paul and Austin Theory, who are the World Tag Team Champions. So. I don't know. Do you, something tells me that the Vision is going to be getting the victory here, and I'm going to predict that ISO Speed's going to be involved in that for the Vision. So,
you think?
Yeah, I think he's going to be pushed to the limit more. Where it's like, you know what, this ain't so bad, and he's going to be all for the Vision, and he'll probably get the best on LA Knight. Because of what LA Knight, when he invaded his studio, right?
True.
So yeah,
true. And what could Paul have in store for ISO Speed to help him give them the one up on? Because LA Knight did take Paul in the ambulance.
Two of the biggest YouTube streamers there is right now, on the same side.
Yep.
So
crazy.
Maybe they're going to be. They've got a plan. I think they're going to have a plan. So, any call on this, GQ?
I mean, I want to see LA Knight kind of like, and Usos kind of go over on this because I think the Vision part. I think that's almost getting stale a little bit. As it is right now, I think it'll go more if with the return of Bronson and
if Bronson and Braun come back.
Yeah.
If they come back.
But
B&B.
Here's the thing: do they come back and be with them, or since they've been forgotten as well by the Vision, side with Seth Rollins?
What?
To go against Brock and them at some point whenever they heal up and everything, though, too. Do another 6-man tag, hopefully maybe by SummerSlam or something.
Oh boy, that's ghost booking like about 4 months from now. But but I'm thinking if Braun and Bronson do come back, they are definitely going to be on the side of the Vision. I mean, they were out with injury. That's nothing on the fault that the Vision's done anything on their own. So that would make no sense to me, anyway. But I would say, but if those two do come back, the Usos and LA Knight are not going to be winning. And to me, though, Z, it seems like he's just had like a whole change of attitude.
Okay, so I think I told Nathan Wade the other day, one of my buddies from We Talk Wrestling, a good chum of mine, Gym City Kid on the PlayStation with me. But he asked me when we were playing some golf the other night about it, and I was going Usos, LA Knight actually winning. But my son and I continue to have the conversation because we're kind of on your side with Jay. Jay doesn't seem like he really wants to be in the Usos anymore. Like, you can tell, like, maybe his ego's gotten the best of him. The Roman's coming out in him to a degree. I still think there's a potential that he could join the Vision.
Oh. Well, what a smoke that would be.
If you wanted to do something unique, I would 100% have Jay turn on his brother in LA Knight because he's irritated that LA Knight and Jimmy have a cohesive unit to a degree, right? There's been that friction. He helps ISO Speed pin either LA or Jimmy, and Jay walks out.
Yeah.
So I'm on board with you, Ruby, on the Vision actually winning this.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the Vision actually getting the win on this one, though. But this, like I said, this is going to air on ESPN2, so if you got cable, you got ESPN2, you can watch it whenever they go live at 6 Eastern, 5 Central. And also on ESPN2 is the unsanctioned match between Jacob Fatu and Drew McIntyre. I'm going to get your thoughts on this here first, E.
Okay, so like I told Nathan on this one, I'm going to 100% just say the crowd. That's it. I don't care who wins. I don't give a crap. The nerd in me, the guy that used to fall in love with wrestling, and when the big dudes were out there just beating the living tar out of each other, these two are exactly what that is, and that's all I want to see. I don't care. If I have to choose, I'm going Fatu all day. You know, all gas, no brakes.
There you go.
But, God, see, you can't. I love Drew, dude. He's the chosen one. I still believe that shit.
Right. Oh,
you know, I had to say Fatu, though, to me.
It has to be Fatu. He's on a steamroller, dude. I mean, Drew, it would help Drew, but Drew also doesn't need it because he's still going to be Drew. Like, people are going to want to see Drew in the title hunts. Drew's going to be somebody that we continue to get behind or even boo, depending on how you feel about him. But Jacob, dude, that guy's been money for a while.
Yeah, I can't believe that all three of us are on the same side for this. Yeah, I'm seeing Jacob Fatu getting somehow past Drew's tactics, and he's going to just run roughshod over him toward the end of the match. I see Jacob winning. So an unsanctioned match, though.
Hold on.
Does that mean is it no disqualification or?
I mean, it's going to be full on brawl, so who cares?
If it's unsanctioned, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's an unsanctioned match, but you're still going to have a referee in the ring, so I don't know. I'm a little bit confused.
Wasn't Stone Cold and Kevin Owens an unsanctioned match too?
You mean when they fought like 4 years ago?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was a spot match, but I don't know if it was really ruled as unsanctioned. I
don't remember. I'd have to go back and look, but
yeah, me too.
Whatever. I'm down. I just can't wait to see this match. This is one of the few matches that I'm not excited. At one point, I was not excited for WrestleMania, but quickly it has developed into something that I want to see. Specifically between, there's two matches 100%, which is this is one of them, and the other one we'll talk about later. But like I said, Jacob is money, but do I dare say that Jacob is what Jay was supposed to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say too much what I think about the Samoa Dynasty's involvement in WrestleMania, but I think Jacob's going to be a big winner here. big wiener.
Sorry, the child in me giggled on that one.
Well, you said what?
You said wiener?
He said wiener. Freddie Jack makes a good point, though.
What?
Him as the ref, he says that a non-sanction match, that there is no DQ. So,
okay.
I mean, these guys, it's like, yeah, these guys not going to have anything scientific. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no, these two are barbarians going in there and fighting.
Yeah, it's balls to the wall with this one, for sure. So, but Jacob's got it.
That promo of Drew inside the cell.
Yeah.
Drew is so good on the mic, dude. He makes you want to see him get his face punched, and it's beautiful, and I love it. But you know he can punch other people in the face just as harder, so.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? Right. Oh, shoot. And then we go to the rest of the matches where you have to be on the ESPN app here in the U.S. The Fatal 4-Way. Man, I'll tell you. So the Irresistible Forces versus Charlotte and Alexa, Bayley and Lyra, and then we got the Bella Twins. My stomach turns a little bit.
One of these things are not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
Off when they get the titles. The Bellas are winning, bro. I don't. If they don't, I'm gonna be very surprised.
Is that why my stomach is turning? Because I'm afraid of the inevitable.
Yep. It's happening.
Do we need Hall of Famer tag champs? Bottom line.
Actually, at this point, I'm all for it. Unfortunately, the duo has always been the better solution of Bree Mode, and this division's built for them. And having that star power, that legacy of what was in the Divas era of professional wrestling, I know some people turn their nose up to it, and rightfully so they should. I'm not a Bella fan. I'm just being logically thinking of trying to blend what I don't like to what I like, because what I don't like still people like it, and I don't know why. But
yeah.
This is one of those things. But unfortunately, those chicks got cheered out of the building multiple times overseas. You come over to the States and we're like, no, go away. They're winning. It's happening, and it's gonna put some prestige to the title. I'm happy to see the tag team division for the women thriving so much as it is, because at one time we all said it had a curse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, not that curse. That one's undefeated.
Yeah. So yeah, no, if I had a team to cheer for, it would be Bayley and Lyra.
I think that's who I would be going for too.
Alexa, yes. Charlotte for me.
They've already had their moments in the sun. Give Lyra the sun for this weekend, man.
Yeah,
no, I agree that would I would agree that would work, but peep this. One of those members of that team turned on the other.
Lyra and Bayley.
How about Lyra be the one to turn heel?
No, because I don't even want to see her now. Like, I'm sorry. I know there's people that like her, but she bores me with her with Bayley. For one, it brings us back to what made Bayley so freaking awesome as a character at one time, was the role model. So and that's what I get out of this. But there's also something that Lyra's gained, because she's able to control the Bayley that keeps flipping between the happy-go-lucky Bayley and then that sad, miserable, angry Bayley, so they have this unique dynamics that I really enjoy it right now. I like that I'm seeing Valkyria finally get some type of who she is presence. So that's why I want to see them win. That I'm with Ruby on this one. I'm going Bayley, Valkyria all the way. If anyone's turning, it's Charlotte and Alexa, but right now we love them too much together. So why would you do that? And Lash and them are great. Just change their tag team name.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to come with something, yeah.
I still think it'd just be cool, though, to see Lyra turn and be like a bad guy version cosplayer of the Sorcerers from Masters Universe. I mean, come on now. I mean, imagine that being an all dark look with that. I mean, I could see that more. Maybe not going to Masters Universe.
Go back to your toy room and your toy box and play whatever action figures you want to play right now, guys. Damn. Yeah. And I'm the guy that has tons of toys built around him. And God.
You know what I'd like to see? Nikki and Bree tag teaming on and making a sandwich. So that's
wow. Wow.
Okay, enough.
Yeah, that deserved a pepper card, 100%.
All right, moving on to the next match.
Hold on, if they knew how to make a sandwich, John Cena would still be in the picture. Anyway.
Women's IC title match.
Pepper card.
AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. Do we see...
Who designed that picture of AJ? Good Lord.
AI.
AI.
I was about to say, because usually they don't do AI stuff, but they aged like AJ like 20 years in that photo, it looked like.
She is definitely winning, in my opinion. I'm going AJ Lee.
Yeah.
This is also one of my least anticipated matches, but...
Yeah. I mean, it's like... It's cool that AJ's had it. I mean, I guess it's okay for AJ to be around, but
I want AJ to lose it to a younger person. Is what I think needs to happen.
Becky doesn't need it. I don't think. I mean, there's
hold on though.
What?
Peep this. Becky Lynch wins out to challenge Becky, returning Paige.
You're doing too much.
There's already been rumors of her appearing anyway.
Well, we'll see.
Why? Is she like in one of those wrestling cons this weekend where she's signing autographs and like, hey, I think I just struck a deal? I don't know.
How many people have done that, appeared at a convention, and still appeared at the Mania, though, too? I mean, come on now.
I'm not going to make fun of GQ like that. I had a real bad intrusive thought.
Yikes. Oh, shoot. Yeah. Next match, we're going to focus on Seth versus Gunther.
I don't know where this match goes. That's why it's hard to pick.
Okay, so Seth needs to have a victory over the Vision. This is technically not Vision, but Gunther can't lose, or there goes his momentum that he's been building on for himself, though, too, especially at a Mania.
See, the sidearm booker in me wants to see Gunther go and take out Seth to be like, hey, I want my favor now. It's my turn to take Brock, but I want your career on the line.
Yeah, see, that's why Gunther is taking this match because
100%. Yeah, he said there's a favor I want, and only you can give it to me.
Okay, how about no decisive winner? How about that?
I'm okay with Gunther going over because the shenanigans protect Seth.
I mean,
there's going to be shenanigans.
Let's see them brawl. Let's see them brawl to where, it gets thrown out, but then Gunther keeps beating Seth until he's mercilessly down for a little bit, which would in fact give that option. So I did this for you. I want Brock. Blah blah blah. Like you were saying.
Maybe. We'll have to see. This is one of the matches. This is like one of my top matches too. Seth is golden in the ring. In my opinion, he's arguably one of the few wrestlers right now that are scratching at that notorious name that Shawn Michaels holds so dear to him as Mr. WrestleMania. If there's anyone that could ever dethrone that name from Shawn Michaels, would be Seth, in my opinion, at this point. Just how fluid every one of his matches is and how notorious his name actually is. Synonymous with WrestleMania already, within the cash in, right? Like all the things that he's done there.
If we had to have a modern day Shawn description, I think that would be Seth.
Oh, yeah, you can't argue with me. Yeah, I mean you can, but like I'm not gonna listen. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, yeah.
What would you put Gunther as a modern day if you had to pick the scenario? A little bit of that.
I think these two are going to hammer it out.
That's good. I have to feel
Gunther is going to be victorious.
Yeah, I'm going Gunther.
How about this? Modern day Brock.
No.
Which was set up.
He's
why that would
chocolate.
make sense a little bit.
Hey, you can't tell me I'm wrong. The ruler is 100% the beast. It's a mirror, dude. It's yin and yang.
Yeah.
I mean, the next badass you could say Ruby would hate me for it and all that would be Goldberg. I mean, but
no,
but he actually has talent. He actually has talent, though. So
yeah. Once again, go eat corn long ways.
Jesus. Next match.
That's what Goldberg is notorious for me right there, like now.
Women's World Title match: Stephanie McCare taking on Liv Morgan, who won the Women's Royal Rumble. So,
has the swelling gone down? Has the swelling gone down? First off, do we know? I'm honest, legit question on that.
She's still probably black and blue. We'll find out on Raw tomorrow how much makeup they put on her.
Oh right, yeah,
yeah. The headbutt, majorly from hell. There,
her and Roxanne definitely
did it.
Had a meeting in the mind.
Hold on, now the fact that Roxanne posted a picture, which was a caved-in doll head for her head without showing it. I wonder how bad she is off of that though to begin with.
I don't know.
Good old Stephanie, old school to these two women, man. They she was like whop.
I'm going to say 100%. It's time for Liv to have her title back. Liv needs the stuff. It's time for Stephanie to take a back seat a little bit. To a degree, we've had her fun. It's Liv's turn, and
where does Liv go from there, though?
Easy, it's easy. They've already planted the seeds last week. It's all been set up before the noggins were knocked. Roxanne turns the next on Monday, the Raw after WrestleMania, on Liv, setting up the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I think one of the women have to turn. You would think it would be Roxanne. I would be surprised if it would be Raquel, but
they still have that, yeah, 100%. Okay, I'm with. What if it would be both of them?
Oh boy, yeah. Stephanie though it seems that she's just more aggressive as a face right now. So I don't know if there's something getting ready to happen, but she just seems pretty aggressive as a face. So.
But yeah, it's time for Liv to have the gold back.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Liv to have it back though. So.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I'm always been a Liv Morgan fan anyway.
To me, I'll say this: she's probably the workhorse of the women's division.
There you go. There you go.
Hands down.
Let's see. So I guess that brings us to our main event. And what? It's just kind of weird seeing this poster still. I'm still not used to it.
One of these things just doesn't belong there.
Pat McAfee is saving professional wrestling, and Randy Orton is walking out 15-time heavyweight champion.
Yeah. Dude, what about the promo?
I can be okay with Randy winning. I'm not a fan of the McAfee. Good Lord, I love the way that Punk has been going, all these pipe bombs that he's been doing. Good
and
Lord,
then Pat
I love
McAfee turned around and smacked his old ass right back down the lane, did he not? Yeah. Did you watch SmackDown? Pat McAfee told no lies, man. He told no lies. Don't be coming knocking just because TKO backed one of the better horses. Don't become a Cody crybaby for them.
Now,
Randy's saving professional wrestling with Pat McAfee by his side, and that's where I'm going.
Here's a question: could somebody be coming out with Cody?
No.
No. Cody don't have anybody.
No, you don't give the Golden Boy backup when he hasn't had backup all this time. There's no reason for it. Why? And who? That's the reason.
Yeah, the Golden Goose.
The one that makes sense is Jelly Roll.
Don't say. God dang it.
That way he doesn't have. Hold on. Wait.
Seeing his Jelly Roll.
Hold on. But that gives Jelly Roll a WrestleMania spot, but not a match.
I can guarantee you Jelly Roll gets involved, but it's not to. He's not going to come out with Cody.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be.
They can come down there and drag Pat to the back.
Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be something like that. But
yeah,
and then that's gonna get.
Those four will have a tag match at Backlash. I guarantee you.
Yeah, they're gonna set up for Backlash, and we're gonna get Jelly Roll off my TV. If there's anyone that I want off my TV, it's Jelly Roll.
How about Jelly Jam? Call him Jelly Jam.
How about Jelly Belly?
Kit Wilson still with the whole. We found out Exempic works.
Yeah. Man, props to Danhausen.
Stop.
Winning his debut. So.
Hey, Danhausen.
Yeah.
1-0 and 8-0 in curses.
Undefeated. Wow. So now we move on to WrestleMania Sunday, which I believe are the same times. I like the artworks of these photos, courtesy WWE. Thank you. But we're going to start the first two matches are going to be on ESPN, just ESPN, the major flagship channel. But we're getting the 6-person ladder match for the IC title. Man, so many elements in here. I'm looking to see which one.
Okay.
It's like picking a horse for GQ. I want to see which horse he goes with.
Yeah.
Well, first off, how some of these people look. Good Lord, JD looks really bad AI, for one. Lee looks like a reject from G-Force, if you remember that old Japanese cartoon.
G-Force.
Rey Mysterio looks like he's constipated or somebody farted in the room when they were taking a picture.
For Christ's sake, will you stop that?
He does kind of look constipated.
Jesus Christ. We're already over 2 hours. We don't want you comparing AI.
No, hold on.
Guys.
No, but hold on.
Go back at the toy box.
It's going to... Hold on. Will you shut up and let me say? I think Javon gets this. Javon gets this. I think Evans needs a push for this.
Oh my God.
No.
Go ahead, Z.
Rey Mysterio is actually coming out the title. Setting up for him and his son to finally have their feud. Setting up with the career-ending match down in Mexico at Triple Mania.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Ha 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 ha.
Now, I was going to say,
okay,
this is the picture that's one of these things is not like the other. I'm talking
Rusev.
about
Rusev.
With Rusev.
Rusev don't belong.
Yeah. Watching everybody fly, and he just goes, Rusev Day!
Dude, if Rusev doesn't do a suicide dive, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh.
He needs to leave his feet. It's
So
not just on
I
a kick.
I could say, man, I'm really torn between Javon and Ray, but I could see your reasoning too, Z. So
Supposedly,
I may have to
okay,
go with Rey
so
Mysterio.
let's talk dirt sheet just for a minute, okay? Just for a minute.
Wait, do we need a WWE Hall of Famer to win a title?
No, that's not. That's good. That was good. I like that one. No, so rumor has it is one of the plans was that Gunther was supposed to take on Ray at WrestleMania for the career. That was one of the rumors. Okay, we're not saying it's true, not saying it's real, but if that's the case, that's not how Ray supposedly wanted to go out. Ray wanted to go out with his son taking his career. That's how he wants to leave the industry, which makes sense from the lucha libre standpoint of professional wrestling. It happens quite a bit actually down there. So to share that moment with those two would be amazing, and he wants it to happen in AAA. It's a great standpoint for that company. It helps build it as another brand of WWE. The mixture of the luchadors in this one, think about how many luchadors we have in professional wrestling now in WWE that one time ago would have been looked over as just another jabroni small guy to get thrown around by, Hulk Hogan or somebody, right? Like, that was a thing. So that's a testament to Rey Mysterio and the boundaries that he's broke, Eddie Guerrero and some of the other greats. So I say Rey deserves this IC title, and who else is synonymous with IC title? Rey Mysterio. It all collects, dude. So yeah, let's get that story on the way.
Okay, all right. So we shall see the other free match on ESPN. Look at this, can't believe it.
So, seriously?
Not chocolate Brock Lesnar. What are you talking about? And I cannot wait for this match, my dude. And if Oba does not get the dub, I'm going to be kind of pissed. But I understand to a degree because it is Brock Lesnar. But, like, Oba is the dude. Make this kid money because he has it all printed on. Like, I would watch Oba Finney match any day of the week.
No, I agree. I mean, yeah, 100%. I mean, but he got so much on the build-up for this that where does it go other than Brock getting the win, though? That's the thing.
Dude, hear me out. Just a dumb idea. Just to slow down Oba's ascent, right? We're talking about old meeting new meeting old, right? The face-to-face. What if this goes into a series of matches of these two just being brutes beating the shit out of each other because Brock Lesnar gets respect for Oba Finney. They win the tag team titles by some, like, mysterious way. Like, there's a unit here that needs to be explored. Like, this is the match I want to see the most on WrestleMania. Not the main event, not in Brock Lesnar, Oba Finney. I've never been so excited for a Brock Lesnar match, dude.
But here's the thing. Who would dethrone them as the champions if they get a tag team run? I mean, who would dethrone them?
Do me an overbooked Vince Russo ending. I don't care. I don't get two poops, man. I'm a huge Brock Lesnar fan. Always have been a Brock Lesnar fan. I haven't felt this way since Brock Lesnar fought Eddie Guerrero. Or Brock Lesnar fought Samoa Joe. Like, I haven't felt like Brock Lesnar had a worthy opponent that's not Roman Reigns or Goldberg in a long time. So sorry for the mark coming out of me, and I cannot wait to see these two brutes go at it.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised it's going to be on pre-show basically. It's like, well, seriously, wow.
Yeah. Dude, I think that it's a genius idea.
I'm definitely Team Oba on this one. I think.
Well, that's Moose's thing. Never mind.
I mean, it's. I mean, these two guys are gonna really lay it in, but I think Oba's gonna be coming out the one on top on this one. So
yeah, dude. I'm cheesing, bro. Like, this match has me pumped.
Oh yeah. And then we get on to this. I would call this a transitional match with Sami Zayn defending against Trick Williams. And for God's sakes, please, let's not have Lil Yachty come down the ring.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Guy's freaking annoying.
Dude, he's such a dork. I can't wait to see him get punched in the face.
You're such a tool. Sorry.
No, I think
sorry,
so too.
Not sorry.
No, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad by any means. I want to see him get punched in his face. So don't. I want to see it happen.
No. Hold on. You want to see him get punched so hard that he forgets who he is and becomes El Generico. I mean.
No, not Sammy.
I'm talking about Lil Yachty.
Yeah, Lil.
I'm talking about.
I mean, I want to see El Generico come back. Don't get me wrong. We that ship has not sailed yet. Like, I still want to see the. Ow, Greg.
Oh yeah, I hear you there.
Just punched the wall with my finger pointing.
Yep. So Trick's gonna get his moment on Sunday.
Yep, Trick's winning that title. The big rumor is there potentially a double turn.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Sammy, like I said, I talked about Stephanie Vaquero being kind of aggressive as a face. Sammy's been kind of showing that unstable behavior.
Yeah, Carmella even pointed it out on SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. Wait for somebody to start pointing fingers at you like, look what you're doing.
Looky.
But yeah, no, Trick Willie's going to be winning this one for sure. Next one. Some are saying that this should have been saved as a surprise instead of announcing it. But I'm glad it's happening, though, with the Demon Finn Balor coming back to face Dom.
Some say it should never have been announced. It should be like, he should have just been like, you should watch out what you wish for or something, you know, like, stop poking something you don't understand. Like, that's what the line should have been. It should never have been as vague as it was, that automatically we know the Demon's finally coming back.
I agree. I would have loved to have that. Because didn't he come back as a surprise at 39 against Edge? I think so. I think, yeah. Because I was like, oh, crap. Yeah, he's coming back. We're getting Demon Finn Balor. Yeah.
And then it went away again. We were all like, what the hell? Only to lose. He lost that match.
Yeah. So, I don't know. My gut tells me to go with not Dom, but Finn on this one to get his revenge.
I'm definitely going Demon.
GQ. Do we get a 2 out of 3, or do we get?
No, I'm doing Demon as well.
Dude, could this all? See, I think too deep sometimes because I see wrestling as like a therapy session. To a degree, could this be literally a hypothetical statement of Dominic Mysterio wrestling with the feeling of his demons of his fathers?
Damn.
Let me snap on that one.
You're talking about me overthinking things, but no, I see that though too, actually. So
hey, dude, it plays right into the story. I love it. Dom is a GOAT already. Getting even better every day, and this match is going to be stellar, so I can't wait.
Yeah, we got 2 more matches we got to look into, but if you notice on the card, we got 7 matches on Saturday, but we only have 6 on Sunday. Do we see any type of surprise fill-in?
Danhausen!
This was coming.
Versus The Miz and Kit Wilson in some type of form of tag team, and I'm still going to stay with
I thought they already announced that, didn't they?
No. Have they?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I thought they did.
I don't remember.
Honestly, I thought they did.
If it came out of Danhausen's mouth, it's not official. It's
in some form of tag team. I mean, actually, no. What if, because isn't Kit Wilson in his match was for him becoming a Miz mentee?
I think. I don't know. I had to go back and watch
what
it.
if the Miz and Danhausen take on R-Truth and Damian Priest for the tag team titles?
So, real quick, I just did a search and all that. It's basically he's been challenged to a handicap match at the event. So that's probably going to be
Miz,
or the Miz and them had challenged Danhausen.
Oh, Miz and Kit Wilson's trying to challenge Danhausen in a handicap match.
So there it is.
That's where the talk of like Jelly Roll being with him and everything, stupid stuff and everything on that. But I mean, I kind of
I think R-Truth needs to try to recruit him to the Judgment Day.
Why does Judgment Day need Asuka?
He's not Asuka anymore, dude. He's not Asuka anymore.
I love that.
Damian Priest is like, yeah, I'm the lunatic. He walks out. That stuff was funny.
That was great. That was good. Love it.
That was good.
Truth is freaking gold any day. So speaking of 2 matches, then we got the WWE Women's Championship, Jade versus Rhea.
Rhea.
I'm going Jade.
Boy, interesting. I'm gonna have to break the tie, don't I?
Or you could just go like a draw or something. That way, so you don't have to pick either side.
I don't know. With these two, I can't lose, and Z knows why. But I think I'm going to have to go with Jade on this one because of the little henchwomen she's got now. That's going to get somehow. Meechan's going to get her little WrestleMania shine by getting involved in interfering. And I think Jade's going to come out the victory or come out the winner. So,
yeah.
So I'm going to go with Jade with this one.
I just don't think Rhea. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not hip on Rhea right now, and she doesn't need it. Like I wasn't truly a fan of her winning. She won Elimination Chamber, correct?
No, she won the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
To get
so
this.
I wasn't. She was the best pick, I think, maybe in that, but there was some other ways I was hoping we'd go. But I understand why they get here. I just don't think Rhea needs the win. I think Jade needs the momentum, and she needs a good match. And Rhea's going to be the perfect person to match her style to get her the match that we think Jade deserves.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. So with that, we've got our final match, and I'm actually looking forward to this one, and I'm surprised that we get this on WrestleMania Sunday. So Punk is getting the last match of the entire weekend against Roman Reigns.
I mean, it's been the best storyline.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God, it's been. I mean, Punk is really coming back into his own with these promos again. I mean,
this is difficult. The reason why it's difficult is, one, do we stretch Punk more on the title run, or do we give yet another one to Roman Reigns? Well, that's the biggest thing to think about on that, though, too. Because which one would you rather be stuck with?
I'm going to tell you this right now. Whoever wins WrestleMania Night 1 potentially will have something to do with winner of WrestleMania Main Event Part 2. Pat McAfee didn't make that promo for no reason. They're saving professional wrestling. So I have a feeling something bigger is on the horizon potentially, and something else might happen. Who knows? I feel like Roman's going with the belt, unfortunately. I'd rather keep it on Punk. I think but Punk's one of those guys that sometimes he's a better chaser than champion. And I'm not saying he's not been a bad champion. Don't hear that, right?
Yeah.
Him always chasing the goal always felt more than him getting the goal.
Yeah, I get you.
So
yeah.
But I think for my reasoning is that it's been many years for Punk to go and strive in WWE, and then have his major absence. Now he's coming back and he's got this ring. I think this will be like his final payoff for him to win the main event at WrestleMania on the last match of the show, and keep the world championship. Put that in his hat.
Yeah,
that's just me. I mean, but I think, like I said, Roman doesn't need this. The man has had nearly a 4-year title. I think his title reign did go over 4 years, didn't it?
Yes.
Did he surpass Hogan?
Yeah.
I thought he surpassed Hogan.
He went 4 years.
No, he did not surpass Hogan. He did not.
He did?
But he did go 4 years, I think. I don't know. No, I don't know.
No, I think. Hold on.
He didn't go 4 years, but
I'll look real quick.
3.5, right?
It was nearly 4, but no, I think he missed Hogan by like 120 days or something on his title reign. But still, my point being done, Roman's got no bloodline. He's really got nobody else. I mean, I don't know. To me, I think Roman is still kind of like, right now, Roman is the guy that can only work the big four. And we know what the big four is.
Right.
Yeah. Roman has held the Universal for 1,316 days. Hogan was 1,474 days.
Okay, so he was up by 158 days. Okay.
I mean, and you're gonna have to like triple that to beat, or at least double that, at least to beat like the others, which was Bob Backlund.
Sammartino's untouchable. We already know that. Yeah. We know he's not and Backlund's not touchable. So we know that too.
He's nuts.
But no, I really think though Roman though, something tells me Roman's on his last days because of him on the Big Four schedule. It's not really been talked about much, but you know he's had in and out battles with leukemia. He may be getting treatments, and you know he's got to get himself in shape for whatever, just to even work a match. So the next one after this on the Big Four would be SummerSlam. So why would you put a title on somebody that's not going to work for like 3.5 months?
Sure.
Makes no sense. I mean, I know they did it with Jade. I don't know why, but they did. So
who'd they do?
I mean, and we know he had his run of defenses before, but he's also showed up in other pay-per-views or PLEs, excuse me, to work a show.
Right.
But I mean, at this point, I mean, I can go on, and I don't want to, but I still say Punk retains.
I'm not against it.
Yeah. Whoever knows? Who said that McAfee was? McAfee could talk smack and all that too, but you know what? You don't trust McAfee's words because it could always deter and mean something else too. You never know.
They've had a routine of bleeding one into the other, and I'm just saying, like, things that happened on night one bled into the next, and Pat McAfee.
Oh yeah, I got you.
So that's where I'm going with it. I'm not saying Punk doesn't win.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm just afraid Roman is still the golden child.
Yeah. So the entire show starts at 5 Central, 6 Eastern, so we may be starting on time next week, but next week will just be a recap of WrestleMania weekend. There's a lot that's going to lead up for everything. For Raw, SmackDown, and who knows what NXT is going to do. We might, I don't know if we'll talk NXT at all, but we're just going to recap. Probably with just WrestleMania. So, but I think that is it, I believe. Okay, yeah, I think so. So I think we're good with that. So we're going to come back here. So just remember, guys, that we got our schedule lined up. At least for the next 3 weeks, we're going to do a WrestleMania recap next week. 2 weeks from tonight, Big Nasty Glenn Williams will join us. And then 3 weeks from tonight, we will have the one and only Herb Simmons to kind of break down. We're going to maybe talk a little, maybe some FanFest history. We don't know. So, but we definitely are going to talk a lot about FanFest 4. So that's for sure. That's for sure. So we've had like I said, a good wrestling weekend here, gentlemen. Like I said, we saw each other last night with IAW and
crazy
some announcements out of the way with upcoming shows. So any final words from you, GQ?
Nope, not at all. See everybody next week.
And what about you, Z?
Nah. I ain't got much. I mean, I did pick up some toys yesterday, but it's time to go. So maybe next week
it's time to go. We might even touch on the toys maybe next week, man. Just hold them off to the side, you know?
They ain't going nowhere, bro.
Yeah, they ain't going. They ain't gonna go anywhere. Gotcha, guys. We thank you very much for joining us. Once again, we'd like to thank Danny Ice for joining us for the Man Behind the Gimmick. Remember, you can find that at Amazon.com to get that book. And once again, guys, we thank you very much for joining us for episode number 27. We'll
Make
be
sure
back
you hit the
next
like
week.
And subscribe.
Yep.
Hit the buttons.
Follow,
Do
like,
the thing.
subscribe.
We appreciate each
Absolutely.
and every one of you.
Enjoy WrestleMania. We'll be back next Sunday to talk all about that and, of course, more about FanFest 4. So you guys have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you then.
Peace.
You know, these freaking hand goblins wanting water. Give me water.
I think it's fucking funny still. Still a great fucking background.